everybody, and welcome back to the I Don't Know Running podcast, where we share our experiences and make running fun and sometimes not so fun. I'm Lewis, and I'm a self-admitted lazy ultra runner.
Got nothing past that. And I'm Mitch. I'm just not running.
Bummer. I need to live vicariously through you.
Yeah.
And running. And if we're both not.
Yeah, this is not a good deal. You're just too lazy to run. I'm too hurt to run.
Yeah. I could be running. I will. I'll get back out there this winter.
I wore this shirt just for you because you gave yours away.
Yeah. How's Tammy like that?
Likes it.
I see her wear it often.
I think this color is great.
It's not a bad color. I just wasn't a fan of it, I guess. I don't know. It's interesting.
Most race shirts is what I'm finding are interesting.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, we've seen a few recent this year.
Yeah, crazy.
Still that tiger one or whatever.
Yeah, that one's great. Or not.
Who's that?
I don't know.
Yeah, you're injured. I'm normal. I'm actually normal. Like, I usually take a lot of time off here and there. But you are dealing with injury. We were talking about it a little bit before we got on. Well, that's a bummer. So what is Terrence has got you working through a bunch of
I am doing
PT essentially.
I'm doing the package for the program.
And does he say, I'm hopeful we can get you back to health? And
you know what? We're not even talking about that. That's what I'm. So we did a 2-for-1. Rudy and I are both going, so we're holding each other accountable. So we went through.
Did you get the pink package?
the platinum,
platinum pink,
the platinum pink or pink platinum. I've been giving him a hard time.
Where's your card? I want to see the platinum pink card.
I need a card, Terrence. I've been giving him a hard time. I've been calling it the platinum pink plus. And he's like, "There's no plus." I'm like, "I think there needs to be a plus."
Oh my gosh!
And I don't think he thinks I'm funny.
No.
So we went through and we did our max weight that we could do 10 reps. And I think he talked about that.
It was like max weight on a scale that you stood on.
Yeah.
No,
that'd be better. No, that'd be bad. I can't do that. And then, we're going through the whole, like there's 3 phases, and then we start off at 25% of that weight, which is nothing. But we're a few sessions in and it's like, it's not like the leg lifts and all that stuff, that those are still easy, but it's the leg presses, those hurt a little bit. So I think I got my weight about as much as I could stand for that one. And then we're getting up into the higher percentages as we go. And that's when it's going to get me, I think.
So this is all just PT to try to get you back.
Yeah, it's more strength training. It's not necessarily PT. It's more strength.
Gotcha.
It's specifically strength training.
Okay.
And he's telling me it will help your running. And then he mentioned when we were there on Wednesday something about starting an upper body. So I might start that either later in this phase or, maybe go through one round and then we'll retest and we'll go to higher weights.
Okay. Gotcha. So that's what you're working on. I'm working on, I don't know, a lot of different things. Motivation being one of them.
Well, you're not wearing a golf hat today, at least so we can, focus on running.
I am in full swing, as they say, for golfing right now because as the outdoor golf winds down, our indoor golf actually picks up. I actually golf more in the winter, I think, than I do in the summer.
Because it's right in your living room.
I know. And I have 3 buddies that all golf with me on Mondays inside.
Does Matt have an indoor?
Not yet. He talked about it.
He's a slacker.
I know. He's got a 3rd stall. He could stick it in there. He was talking about putting a door in that would go right into his office. And now that he's got the golf business side of things going, he needs that. But yeah, I definitely golf a ton, and I am doing that a ton. However, I do stay connected with running and following things, and came across this. It's something that I've actually seen in the past. It's just not super popular here in the you don't hear about it as much here in the States. You hear about all the, marathons, all the majors, all the big ones, all the popular ones that get covered, whether that's locally or, nationally. You don't hear about Parkrun. And here in the United States, much. Although there are some, I don't even know how many hundreds of thousands of people that do this in the United States. Actually, I'm not sure the number in the United States. I know the number for Parkrun global is above 6 million now, that's a huge number.
And what is Parkrun?
Yeah. So Parkrun is started in the UK. Let me pull up my notes. I think it's in 2003, 2004. In 2004, and I'm just going to rattle off. Well, number one, it's a 5K. That's it. It is a 5K or a 2K. 2K is for the juniors. They focus on 4-year-olds to 14-year-olds. So anybody under 14 essentially can do the junior park run. Other than that, it's a 5K. That's it. There's no other variance. There's no other nothing. It is 5K and it is free.
So who pays for it?
Well, that's a good question. Let me read through
because there's time. I think you mentioned there's timing even.
Well, but I think the timing is stopwatch timing.
Okay.
So
volunteers.
Yes. Yes, volunteers. I don't know the number. So it started in 2004, 13 runners, 5 volunteers, and a stopwatch. That's where it started in the UK. At, I didn't make it in my notes, but some park in the UK. I can't remember the name of the, have you ever heard me say those words?
No, every week.
Oh man. I don't remember. Hang on, let me pull up the about, and I guarantee
we'll have maybe instead of coffee cups that say this coffee doesn't suck, we'll have another one that says, oh, I don't remember.
Let me look it up.
I like that.
Yeah, I don't remember. Let me look it up. Bushy Park, Teddington, UK. And Bushy Park, if you look it up, it looks like a pretty cool park. And they just had one of their park runs within the last month. And I was blown away. I was looking at this video. Over 6,000 people showed up to this park.
You'd have to have timing.
You'd be amazed if you watch the video. There is a line of people trying to get across the finish line as they wait to one after another come across. It is a line.
So an hour 5K.
But the thing is, the whole point is not to have all this stuff. It's about getting people out and being active in community around running and or walking now.
So if you're first, you get time. But if you're last,
if you're first, you're good. You start getting back into that over 100, probably your time's going to start ticking up. I would say that's probably the big one over there. But let me read through some of these stats because I thought they were pretty cool to see just the growth. So started in 2004, 13 runners, 5 volunteers, and a stopwatch. Literally, that's how it started. And it was in one location, obviously, this Bushy Park in Teddington, UK. Eventually, that year in 2004, it got up to 155 people showing up. That was their peak, okay? 2006, so they skipped 2005. Well, not that they skipped, but the stats that I wrote down. 2006, 2007, started as a single event, still with the peak being up at 378 people showing up for a week. Then it grew to other locations, including Wimbledon, Richmond, Banstead, that could be wrong, Leeds, and Brighton. And eventually went international to Zimbabwe, was the first international. 2008, 2009, 5 more new events, along with their first Scottish event in Glasgow, first Welsh event in Cardiff, and their first Denmark event. So that's up to 2009. 2010, 2011, Northern Ireland was added. Then 55 new events in Australia, South Africa, and Poland. And then the junior park run that we talked about is the 2K for 4 to 14-year-olds was added. So that's up to 2011. 2012, 2013, Parkrun introduced to the U.S., so that's when it came to the U.S., was 2012, 2013 timeframe. and they grow by 90 events and add 992,000 runners in that year.
But there's got to be, people that go from one to the next too. So
Well, sure, it's all registration based. So you do register. You go online. It's 100% free still. All of this is free. You go on and
maybe there's ads on there that just
there's not. I went on and did it. I registered. It's crazy. You get a number. I have a number now. I have a Parkrun number, a barcode, and I'll explain it.
We have no intention of running.
Oh, I was gonna go tomorrow.
It's
There's one in Grand Rapids.
Oh, really?
There's 30, 40 people that show up every weekend.
So they have it the same one every week?
It's in the same place.
Oh my gosh.
And I was gonna. You can.
Think you can make it through 5K? Maybe you should do the junior.
I thought it would be fun.
You should do the junior.
To just go and try and do my fastest 5K. I haven't ran in 2 months.
And then should we make an appointment with Terrence for next week already?
For next week, Monday?
Right.
Let me continue. 2013, that was in the U.S., was added. 2014, 2015, Parkrun continues to grow in other countries. Weekly attendance grows to over 60,000 people in a week. Think about that number. That is huge. Every week showing up, 60,000 people that this has grown to in 10 years. 2016, 2017, more countries added, including Canada, Germany, Sweden, Norway, Finland. The Parkrun Apricot clothing range is launched. It's a clothing line. Also, the Parkrun introduced to prisons with great success. And also the virtual volunteer app is rolled out. I'm guessing that's a way for volunteers to help out behind the scenes kind of a thing. I don't really know. I'll have to look it up. 2018 to 2019, a lot of the same type of growth, more than 2,000 events and 6 million registrations. Parkrun Forever launched, which allows for support from donations because it eventually grew to where they can't just support this any longer without some kind of help, right?
Yeah.
And so they launched this in order to get some help, but it is also a charity. So they do a lot of donations from the donations, essentially.
So does it?
I don't know that. I wanted to find it, but sometimes you got to dig to find that stuff. So I don't know.
The human fund.
Yeah. I have no idea where it goes. But 2020, 2021, huge attendance records with more than 400,000 people taking part in a single weekend. So we've grown from 60,000 to now 400,000 in a single weekend. Again, think of how large that is. I mean, that's everybody, and not necessarily coming together, but this organization is hosting 400,000 people to run in one weekend.
Wow.
And they do that nearly every weekend. And not the 400,000 necessarily, but that was their biggest weekend, right? Parkrun, and this is interesting too, Parkrun average finish times continue to slow to 32:30 for the 5K in 2020 compared to 22:17 in 2005. And that's because we're getting more and more people to come out and run / walk. Then the global pandemic happens. If you guys remember, in 2020, 2021.
I don't remember.
2022, 2023 new milestones, new milestone clubs created for volunteering and run / walking. So you did, 50 park runs, there's some kind of milestones, things like that. Big push for walkers to get out and enjoy. And then they also launched the event management system, making processing results smoother and help volunteer management to be more, to be performed anywhere. So again, the back end type volunteer management stuff. So that is, I just think it's amazing when you look at, this is a free event. It is meant to go out and run a 5K. Simple as that.
Well, it makes me think like the couple marathons that I know of that are free.
Yeah.
If that's where the idea kind of started, was through that type of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, a marathon is vastly different than
Very different.
a 5K because everybody comes out for a 5K. Like
Yeah.
that's huge.
Yeah. And I think it's, I like the idea. So part of their idea is they want to get people active, right? They want to get people out. They want to invite people that think I can't ever do a organized event, 5K or whatever. Because a lot of people, I think a lot of people, especially those listening to this podcast, probably think, oh, whatever, it's a 5K. But a lot of people think and it is, don't get me wrong. So I'm going to speak out of both sides of my mouth a little bit. But a lot of people that have never done it think that's incredible. And it is when you're, and this is all in comparison to something, right? If you're doing nothing, a mile is incredible. If you're doing a mile, a 5K, a 3 mile, 3.1 mile is amazing. You're doing 3 miles, you always think a half marathon or a 10K is amazing. So it's all perspective, right? You got to remember where you're looking from. And there are far too many people doing nothing. And so what they really want is to invite anybody and everybody to come out, have fun.
I kind of like it that it's only one distance if you think about
Yeah.
it, because they're not telling you got to do more. They're just saying,
Yep,
this is what we're doing.
This is it. Come join us and get active every weekend or twice a month or whatever. And it's going to be free. Think about it, you don't even have to worry about, I don't know if I have the $25 to get into a 5K, or who knows what it is today, $50 to get into a 5K. It's free. Show up and run a 5K and continue to improve, And so I looked up, if you go to parkrun.us, that is the United States Park Run website. And if you click on the find an event near you, I wish they had, they do. Yeah, 79 locations in the U.S.
Wow.
79 locations in the U.S.
So you could sponsor one of these and then in your area.
Yeah, it's interesting. You can put in, boom, right now. Like I was going to just go, hey, this should be in Holland. So I said, I want to start an event. And it pops up. You go, what's your name? Where do you want to be? And describe maybe what you want the event to do, or run through or whatever. And then you can submit it. And then
you could make it like a Park Run Tough Mudder.
Well, I don't know what they do for that. I think they want it to be very runnable. Now, I don't know that, but I think they want it to be fairly normal.
Straight up a hill.
Yeah, I think it's more normal. I do see that a lot of them are literally parks.
That makes sense, because if you're not taking any money, you got to it's got to be on a path. It's got to be somewhere where.
Yeah, they do set up,
and it has to be safe.
Yeah,
so
and I think, excuse me, I think part of the reason that they target the parks is you and I could go there right now and go run a 5K. That's what that's for, right? And because, again, they don't take any money and it's not an organized race, it's literally just like if you and I started a group chat with all our friends and said, hey, come out, we're going to run together.
Is there water?
Like the zoo. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Is there water, anything available, or anything?
You've exceeded my knowledge.
Oh my gosh!
Of this,
where are we going to find out tomorrow? Where's it at?
Well, I know where it is. It's Riverside Park, north side,
yep.
By the ballpark. Well, I don't know that it's by the ballpark.
It's close,
but somewhere there. And they run basically south and then back north. It's just an out and back, along the river.
Yeah, easy.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what? I think when we run out there, we've seen people out there.
Okay.
It's been a while, but there's
always
always
you would
somebody
run from the south north, right?
We would start say the Y.
Yeah, and run north.
And run all the way.
Like what's the bridge run?
Yeah, through the park, and then we'd go past the ball field.
I think where the bridge run turns around and starts heading back south, I think that's where they start.
That makes sense, because if you go,
that's Ann Street, isn't it?
Yeah, if you go that way, if you go through the park and keep heading north, there's kind of a busy road there.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that they go south.
Yep. So like in Michigan, there's 4 races. Now, 1 is Grand Rapids and then 4 are over by Detroit. So a lot of these you'll see are either loops to get the 5K. They might have, roughly a 1 mile loop, and they can just do 3 loops.
See,
Ton
we
of
do
fun.
100-yard loops.
Oh, geez, I don't know about that. 100 yards. I mean, that's a quarter of a track. Gosh, a track would be enough. I used to do the 2 mile in high school, and that was not fun. 8 laps was no fun.
Hey, you know what?
Another 4.5, four, whatever, 5. Another 5.
I like the idea.
Oh my gosh, 13 laps.
We're mental toughness.
No, 13 would be just for the 400. So you'd have to times that by 4, 52.
Keep track.
52 laps. Is that math right?
I don't know.
13, 12, 48 for 9. Something like that. 48 to 50 laps. I don't know about that.
I wouldn't do it. It would be for everybody else.
Yeah, you would just host it. And, yeah. Everybody would be able to hear you too, because you're only 50 yards away from anybody at any given time.
And I'd be bullhorn.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Speed it up, Lewis.
Am I done yet? No.
So these are really cool. I would highly recommend, if you have any interest in something like this. Well, number one, I would say this. If you're a longer distance runner, you do marathons like Mitch or
not.
or whatever. I think you should look into this either way and volunteer.
Do they do it all winter too?
All winter, all year long. All year long.
Oh, interesting.
Either volunteer or share this with somebody that you want to get interested in running or just want to get interested in activity, because this is a low pressure, no pressure, show up. One of the things they do talk about is nobody's ever last. They have a volunteer that walks the course and they make sure they stay behind everybody else. Like, that's literally what they're supposed to do. Again, I think it's just to help get everybody out there and doing something, staying active, things like that. And again, it's 100% free. Like, even I went on and registered, free, 100%. I have a number. It's free. Go on YouTube and look up Parkrun. There are loads and loads of videos of people going out there. And I've seen it, like in the UK, it's very popular. That's where it started, right? Super popular. But if you go on there, you can see some very fast people. Matter of fact, a guy just set the record November 9th. Oh, let me look this up really quick. Park Run record. Guy just set this last. Of course, I'm not going to be able to find it. But it's like 13 something. Right here. Nicholas Griggs, Irish athlete. I think that's the guy. I don't know. Anyway, it's Nicholas Griggs, 1344. 1344 5K. Gosh, that's flying. So yeah, if you're a fast person, you can go out and still compete with some pretty fast people at these park runs. Or if you want to go out and just get active and walk a 5K with some friends that you know, go do it. Show up. And they're all, like I said, they're all over the United States. By and large,
it's almost like it's a organized running group. Like,
yeah, but it's a timed 5K every week. And you can go out and try and beat your best. You can try and beat your buddy. You can try and whatever. Yeah. So I would highly recommend going and checking it out. Parkrun.com is the larger global site. Parkrun.us is the US site. And you can look and see all the events. Like I said, there's some 79 locations, which also means if you are traveling, this is a great opportunity to go out and meet some runners in other locations. And I mean, depending on where you're at, they do get a little sparse in some states, but like Florida has, I don't know, half a dozen. California's got a couple. Surprise, California doesn't have more. But anyway, this is just a good opportunity to get involved with running in a low pressure way, all free, no skin in the game. You can just go have fun. And if you're a veteran runner, this is a great opportunity to volunteer. Like if you don't want to go do a 5K because you want to work on your ultras or whatever, go volunteer at these. We all need to help in the sport that we love. So yeah, Parkrun.
Interesting. I knew nothing about that.
It's really neat. Tons of videos on this on YouTube. Go check it out. Find one near you. I'm sure you could search, and I would wager you can find just about a video or
a location
that has a video about that. Just because GoPros lives. We were talking before. They're so easy, and everybody has them now. And you can even check out the course that you're near. So yeah, I am gonna go check out the one north of Grand Rapids and just see what it's like, because I think it's a really neat event. And we'll check back in after we've done that. You can go and walk it. Think you can run a 5K? Think you can run a 5K and it not hurt?
It'll hurt.
Oh, it will hurt.
Yeah.
But Terrence said you're not doing any damage.
I haven't been running. I haven't been doing anything. So the only thing I'm doing is that workout.
Well, you're not in a boot anymore.
No, but I'm limping.
Oh yeah, you are. Well, maybe you'll get injured through the next month or two and you can do your first 5K again. You can do your second 5K ever. I think you've only done like one.
No, I've done more than that.
Oh, okay. So you went 10K, you went 5K
usually
marathon or half or something.
10K marathon, but
10K
I usually, because we do 5Ks before, like the day before a marathon.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, anyway, that's more about that is all about Parkrun. Go check them out. I think it's a really cool organization. They are a charity. They do help. They do take donations. So if it's something you're interested in, even if you don't want to, but you want to donate to help support it, especially because if it's in your local area and it's something that you want to help support with regards to activity, go check them out and go show up and cheer somebody on, even if you don't want to volunteer. Just go show some love and cheer. But yeah, any other questions that I can't answer about that?
And no,
I'm
sure. I mean, I could come up with some stuff.
And if you're listening to this, check us out on Facebook, check us out on YouTube, check us out on Patreon and all the different listening platforms.
And comment.
That's what I was going to say.
Please comment.
Tell us what we don't know about this.
Yeah.
And tell us also if you've done these.
Yeah.
Especially in the UK, because I think it's huge in the UK. Well, parks, I think in general, man, you look up over there, it's just, I think they have a really big emphasis on public parks, things like that. And man, they're just huge. And it could just be because they're in bigger cities. Because I think, I bet you, I wonder if Central Park has one. I would guess.
Only one way to find out.
Look it up.
Hey, Lewis.
I don't think I can find it.
Lewis, does Central Park have
Oh my
one?
gosh, I don't think they do. That's ridiculous.
You could start one there.
Let's start the Central Park Parkrun. Yeah, I don't think they do. That's kind of dumb. So I would think of any place that would be one they have it, or it's just not showing us, or it might not be popping up on the map. But anyway, go check out Parkrun. Really neat. And with that's going to wrap up this episode of the I Don't Know Running podcast. Be sure to tune in next time as we share more about what we just don't know.
Till then, happy running.